are just now tuning in, we have the amazing Ulysses Blair here with us. He made some time in his very busy schedule. He's out in Portland now, but based in.
Alabama.
Oh, you're in Alabama.
I own golden sickle tattoos,
Oh my.
but yeah, I'm always traveling. That's pretty
Love
much.
it. Love it. Tattoo shop owner, right? These are goals for those of you who are watching. This is.
Don't ever own a tattoo shop. It's the worst thing ever.
Why?
Because you're supposed to just tattoo and have a good time, man. You don't want to take care of shit. We're all bad at stuff.
Pay bills and shit.
Oh, I can barely do that myself, dude.
Bitch people out. You gotta kick people out of the
Never.
shop when they're acting up.
No, if you're not doing your job, you just get the fuck out.
That's real. That's real. So that's the type of boss that you are. You're like, no nonsense. I'm not.
No, I don't care, actually. If you do whatever you want to do. If you know what somebody told me when I first started tattooing is if you show up at work and you make money, then you're doing a good job. And if you don't, nobody cares. You're not making any fucking money.
That's real. Because you just, it's kind of like you're not even there, right?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect anybody if you're not there, except for you, obviously.
That's so interesting. So did you imagine that you would ever be a tattoo shop owner? Did you?
No, actually, I never wanted to own a tattoo shop. I still don't, actually. So,
Yet here we are.
Yeah. You know, I just moved to a little town in Alabama, so I was like, I wanted to work somewhere, but I couldn't find anywhere that I really enjoyed or keep around, you know. So I was like, fuck it, we'll open a shop. Why not?
Love it. Love it. And sometimes, you know, those are the things that lead us to what we're supposed to be doing. And now, obviously, you have the freedom to come and go as you please with you, you know, owning the shop. So that's super dope. Okay, so if you didn't want to own a shop, did you ever want to be a tattoo artist?
I always wanted to be a tattooer.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about that. Tell us about how you got started. What was the inspiration?
I started tattooing when I was about 13 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Off the record, if the feds are watching.
Fuck them. ACAB, dog.
Okay. Just in case you didn't know where we stood.
Yeah, exactly. Now you do.
Yeah. Okay, so 13.
There was a show. Okay, so do you remember when A&E was a channel? It wasn't just So A&E used to be a channel, and they used to show how to build tattoo machines, that the prisoners built tattoo machines. And they fucked up, dude. They taught you how to build a tattoo machine on this one random prison show, and I was like, doing that shit.
So this was like that. I want to do that.
Yeah, I know. It's just country as fuck. Like, oh, I got tons of retards around me that can do whatever they want to do. So we just got drunk all the time and tattooed each other. And then one day I was like, you know what? This is really fun. I think that I could do this for a living. And I just kept doing it.
Absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. So you've been tattooing.
I say retard a lot, and I know I'm not supposed to.
No, I love it. This is exactly what ink therapy is about, like the rawness and the realness. You know, like we're not the type of place where, you know, we're gonna be cookie cutter and like say all the nice shit. Like we're gonna be super politically incorrect and
I am.
Yeah, and we're gonna offend a lot of people. So you know, people, they just need to be okay with that. So 13 you started. How long have you been tattooing officially?
Oh, so I don't count from then, but I started tattooing professionally when I was 17, so I've been tattooing for 18 years.
Okay, wow. You're a vet.
I've been at it for a minute. Haven't been doing it for too long, but I've been doing it long enough to still be bad at it.
You know, that was going to be my next question. How long do you think it takes for somebody to be good?
It's a lot different now. So when I first started, everybody used to say it took 5 years to learn how to tattoo competently. Okay. And it took 10 years to meet everyone. But, you know, that's not the way it works anymore because the internet, you know, it wasn't around then.
Yeah.
And not in the capacity it is now. So it's a lot faster now. People actually teach people how to tattoo now. They don't do stuff like water down your black and then watch you panic when you can't put it on. You know, it's usually...
I mean, that sounds really fun, though.
It is. I still do that to people, actually. Okay. For the reason that...
See if their heart's really in it.
If you've never had a solid purple hand from somebody rubbing stencil stuff and alcohol in one of your gloves, then I don't think you actually know how to tattoo yet.
Oh my God, that's real though. That's real. There's some benchmarks that you got to pass through in order to.
That's usually the way it goes.
To get to the advanced level. That's very interesting. Okay, so started tattooing 17 professionally.
Yeah, in Coney Island, New York.
and inspired by Annie.
Annie.
A&E.
A&E, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was like, Annie? Who the hell is Annie? No,
I thought we
maybe
were
she
gonna
just
have to have
started
a different
drinking.
conversation. Like,
Maybe she started drinking so early.
no, it's all good. It's all good. So, do you feel like you have like the traditional way that people start off, like just being inspired randomly? Like, not did you have artists in your family? Were you always like the kid who was drawing, or just?
I kind of grew up by myself. I think that I I don't know. It's so much different from when I started than it is now
Mm-hmm.
that I don't think it was like nobody was like, oh man, I'm gonna be an artist and do all this cool stuff. It was like, man, I really like all these fucked up people that are tattooing. I think I'm just gonna hang
Okay.
out.
No, I like that. I mean, it's just like the community, and you
Yeah,
felt some sort
exactly.
of
And the people were always really weird and nobody really cared about anything and it was really
hell yeah,
nice. So
yeah.
I just kind of
No,
fit
I
in a little
completely
better with those people.
completely understand that. I think that that's part of the reason why I even started this show, is because I felt like there were a lot of people like me who used art or tattooing specifically as like some sort of outlet or a way to connect with people who are more like them, and I feel like we needed a space, you know.
Yeah, it's always
So
good to bullshit about it, and you can kind of see how terrible everyone was at the beginning, and then
yeah,
it gets better.
for sure.
Obviously, there's people that like my tattoos, some of them, and then I think that's cool, but you can't really like I don't. I still think I'm like 12 years old getting made fun of off the N
It,
train.
it's amazing. If for those of you who are watching, if you have not seen Nicholas's work, leave the live right now and go to his page to go look at his amazing work. What would you, how do you categorize it? Neo traditional? What would
I
you?
guess I guess it would be neo trad. I lived in Europe for a
Yeah,
really long time, and
dope.
uh, uh, it just kind of like caught on. It's a little more like I don't know. It's trash with a little flair, I guess. I don't know. I
Definitely
honestly
far
don't
from
know.
trash. Far from trash. A lot of flair. I absolutely love it. Um, so are you the type of artist to just like kind of stick to your style of neo trad, or are you open to exploring new things, or you have just been like, no, I don't fuck with any of that other shit, it's not for me? What do you think?
I love tattoos, so I'm one of those weird people. Um, uh, I like to wear around. I'm different than everyone. I like to wear solid black stuff. I like to fucking like tribal and like
Yeah,
a legitimate tribal, not like '90s flame tribal. I
amen.
like tribal and a lot of really good traditional stuff. That's like what I like to wear.
For
But
sure.
I do what I think I'm competent at, and
Mm.
that's why I stick to a style. I'll do anything. I'll
Mm-hmm.
try to do anything. If there's somebody that can do something better than I am, you should just go to them. There's always somebody that does something better than you,
Right.
and then even if they do something better than you in your own style, maybe you keep it a little quiet. Maybe they can't get to that person.
Yeah,
But
for sure. I
yeah,
get that. I get that. So we have some questions or comments from viewers. So the first one is, where in Europe did you live? And the second one is, are you single?
I lived in Germany and I traveled most of the time. And yes, I am, as long as you're a babe.
Love it. Love it. So he's open. He's available. And if so, I'm gonna have to be the matchmaker. So they have to come through me first. We'll just say that.
All right, let's just
Awesome.
do it. Okay.
Awesome. What inspires you when you are, designing your amazing tattoos?
I I think that after a certain point, that you you draw inspiration from things, but you have to take breaks.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite painter of all time, obviously, if you can't tell from the tattoos that I do, is John James Audubon. I really like
Wow.
the etchings
And
laid over with color. I think
yeah,
it's great.
yeah.
Um, uh, I learned the reason I do so many birds is because I was trying to paint like he did, or as
Mm.
close to it in a tattoo style. And then I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna paint birds. That's the only thing I'm gonna do. And I started doing it, and then it kind of caught on. And uh, now that I've gotten to a point where that's what I do mostly, then I put down references and I just start to do what I see in my head.
I love to hear that. What type of advice would you give to people who are, I guess, we'll
What
talk
up, Brian?
specifically who are, kind of hesitant about just sticking to what they want to do and feel like they have to do a little bit of everything in order to make it.
I think that you should do whatever you need to do to make it, first of all.
Okay. That's
money wise, it's a job. That's what people forget. It's a fucking job. It doesn't matter how good you get into it. There's people that do one thing and they stick to one thing and they do it really good, but also, like, you're going to need to make money at some point.
True.
So
True.
shut your mouth and make your money. It's a job.
Yeah, there's a little bit of balance that requires you to kind of bite the bullet, but then also continue to,
Secondly, if you put your heart into something and you really work at it, if you do well enough, then people will do that and they'll get what you want anyway.
Love
if you
it.
put in the effort, for 2.5 years, I painted every tattoo that I did.
Yeah.
Every single fucking
wait, on people?
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, and you got it tattooed and you got a painting at the end of the tattoo.
That is so dope. And honestly, I think that's the first time I've heard that. Is that a common thing?
I don't know if it's common, but it was before iPads and all that stuff. But I was like, I really need to make sure that these look good because I don't think really well on my feet.
Yeah.
Now I do because I know what I'm looking for. But
Mm-hmm.
at the time, I just didn't. I was like, if I don't fucking paint this, I'm gonna fuck it up.
Yeah.
So
I love
that's
it.
what I did. Sorry, I keep pushing my hair out of my way, but it's just.
That's all good. No, we're gonna
frizzy as shit,
Between the two of us, people are gonna leave with a hairball or something.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll be all right. Look, tell me about the most interesting ask you've had from a client.
I don't know. I don't think there's really. I've been doing this for so long that I don't think that the interesting ask is a thing. I've done some crazy fucking shit.
Okay, like what?
And I don't know, like fucking butterflies on people's ass cheeks that go into their fucking assholes, like stuff like that. But I think that shit's cool. Also, too, I don't have like a fucking. I've been tattooing for so long that just like nudity and fucking weird shit like that doesn't matter, dude. Just a body, fuck off.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. People will come in, they make the phone calls, like, oh, do you guys tattoo dicks? Yeah, man, bring it in, whip that motherfucker out, I'll tattoo it. I don't give a shit.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you got money? If you got the money, honey, I got the time.
I was just about to say, the deposit is
blank. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Bring your ass in here, dude.
100%. I love that. I absolutely love that. What can we catch you listening to in the shop?
People laugh all the time because I'm pretty haggard looking, so I've like, people are expecting they come in the shop, they think we're going to play metal and stuff like that. I love metal.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. But I can't listen to it while I'm working. It gives me panic attacks. So I just listen to fucking, because I'm trying to focus and I'm like, so I just listen to shitty country music all the time.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Do you do collabs? And if so,
I do.
Okay. Tell me about some of the collabs you've done recently.
Oh, recently I haven't done anything because of COVID, but
okay, of course, pre-COVID.
I actually am very fortunate. I am friends with some really great tattooers, and we always get to do like really cool stuff together. Ant, who just said hi. Nick Kaiser, Dead Meat. I guess most people don't know. Jesse Panette and fucking Dave Tevenall. Like everybody's really good homies. So, I'm very fortunate to get to collab with people. It's super fun.
For sure.
It's really just fun working with people, and you get to, the jokes are really what it is.
Definitely. Would you consider the tattoo industry cliquey?
Oh, I don't know, honestly. Mm-hmm. I have a select group of friends. I personally think that I'm super nice to everybody. I don't care what you are. If you're nice, I'm nice. If you're nice, I'm nice. I don't care about any of that shit.
Yeah.
But I think that there's some. You know what? I'm going to say this. I'm going to be the dickhead that says this. I think that if you're not that good, but you got a lot of followers on Instagram, that you're probably a cocksucker.
Let's say it. Let's just put that out there. I think that's good for viewers to know, honestly, because I think, especially first-time tattoo clients go for the most followers. And a lot of times that's not what you should be looking at. You should literally just be looking at the artistry, right?
I mean, I legitimately, it's just like your first, your first tattoo, anything like that. You should fucking look what you like. If you like what you see, not
Right.
the designs, obviously,
Right.
because designs aren't what matter. The,
Right.
the how they're done, then that's what you should shoot for, not
Okay.
the designs that you want. Because some
Okay,
people
so
can't do
let's
shit.
talk. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about that. What do you think specifically should first time or anybody, but especially first time tattoo clients, be looking for when like what aspects of the design?
Just it's so weird. It's so hard to. I've been through the role of everything,
Yeah.
of what's good, what's not, what lasts, what doesn't. I think that tattoos need to last. I think that
Okay.
tattoos need to look good in real life,
Yes.
not in photos. You know,
Yes.
anything looks good this big. Well,
Yes.
almost anything. You know, like what's the difference between ooh and ah?
Right.
About 2 inches.
Literally. Literally. People are so impressed over the most basic shit. And I'm
Yeah.
just, yeah.
Well, I
So,
mean, I don't. I think that basic is good. I think that
mhm.
if anybody can do a well executed tattoo, if it doesn't look like it's scratched in or done weird,
Okay.
that's fine. You just get what you want.
Good point. Good
But
point.
I think that there's stuff that expectations don't meet, and when I first started tattooing, they said that you never paint your flash better than you can tattoo,
Mm.
and that's what
No
it's
flexing.
because people look at your flash and they're like, "That's amazing," and then you do the tattoo and they're like, "Meh."
Mm.
But that's what happens for most people. I
Like
think
we were
repeat
all
customers,
rooting for you. You
yeah,
let us
repeat
down.
repeat customers are what drive your career,
For
not
sure.
one time thing. Because then you're just a flash in a pan,
Right.
and you made a lot of money that first time. You might be rich now, but in 10 years, when you can't
We're
do,
not care about you.
nobody gives a shit.
Right. Right. Very interesting. What do you think has been your biggest tattoo challenge besides being a shop owner?
I'm colorblind, so
Okay.
that's why my palette's a bit weird. Uh,
I mean, I love your palette. Number, I would say, what do you stick to like neutrals or what is
yeah,
the,
I can't see red and green and when they're anywhere near each other, so I have to like keep them like neutraled out. And so like
okay. I
I think
absolutely,
that's a little bit weird for me, but I also think it helps like keep things different. I can't see a lot of stuff that other people can see, so I have to like work a little harder. I have a bunch of great tattoos. My best friend did one of the Jack Matisse did one of the best. I've got a really awesome portrait of George Jones. Shitty country name,
okay.
like I said.
No.
Um, One of my favorite tattooers, Jeff Ensminger, tattooed a big skull on one of my legs. Another great tattooer, Jake Wyman or Black Magic Jake, did a big red panda on my leg. That's fucking awesome. Uh, Kid that works with me, Victor, fucking doing my back right now, and he's got a cool. He did the back of my knee ditch. I've got a
Oh.
lot of really cool tattoos from a lot of really cool people.
Mm.
Most of my tattoos that I really, really enjoy are like the little things that are like little knick-knack stuff that's like all over my hands. And, like your hand looks like a confetti pile,
I love it.
and that's the stuff that I really enjoy. Everything else is kind of,
Yeah,
cool tattoos, and I like hanging out with the people, and I like to get what I think is you got to carry the people's personality on you when you're
for sure.
getting tattooed. So
100,
why not enjoy the people that you're getting tattooed by?
100%. I think that honestly is probably the biggest motivating factor when I'm choosing an artist is like, are you a dickhead or are you cool?
Yeah,
If
pretty
you're a
much.
dickhead, I'm not going to sit in your chair. I just can't.
Exactly.
I
You
just
can't do
can't
it.
bring myself to do that. Um,
15 years ago, it would have been cool because there were people that were dickheads because they thought they were cool tattooers. But now everybody's so fucking good at tattooing that if
right.
somebody's a dickhead, you just go somewhere else.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. What about your most painful tattoo? Do you think that's the knee ditch one?
Ass crack, for
Ass
sure.
crack? Fuck!
Ass crack, for sure. Like underneath where your butt cheek meets your leg near your ass crack, worst tattoo ever.
What's
It
there? Is it
feels
a
like,
part of a larger piece?
yeah, it's part of my back piece.
Woo!
It feels like someone's cheese grating your fucking tailbone. It's the worst thing ever.
All right, so we'll mark that as most painful place ever.
Yeah.
Good to know. Good to know. All right, we're gonna shift into the game portion, so I don't
All
keep
right.
you too long. Would you rather 30 butterflies instantly appear from nowhere every time you sneeze, Or one very angry squirrel appear from nowhere every time you cough?
I'm gonna take the squirrel because I actually, despite people saying that, I squirrel hunt all the time, and I fucking love eating them little bastards. And I would just cough and shoot the shit out of every time I saw them.
I feel like you and him would be like in a
I'd be
con,
like, they'd be like, I'm not showing up
like
this
he'd
time.
come with his fucking
He's like
spurs and
sneaking
shit.
out, dude. Fuck that! I'd shoot that little bastard in a heartbeat.
Would you rather have a completely automated home or a self-driving car?
Neither. Can I pick neither of those? That sounds.
No, you gotta pick one.
Let's do the home because I like driving my car and my motorcycle too much. So.
Okay, so self-automated home, like it opens the door when you get there, and your drinks are ready.
That just sounds so lazy on so many different levels.
Sounds luxurious.
Would
you rather be forced to eat only spicy food or only incredibly bland food?
Spicy. I'm gonna go with spicy for sure.
Spicy?
Yeah, of course. I'm Southern.
Oh my goodness! I don't know about that. You'd be sweating all the time.
Too, so my body's already shit. So
that's what I'm saying. Your esophagus is gonna hate you.
Got heartburn anyway. Might as well.
Not to okay, and then the butthole is gonna really hate you.
Yeah, but that's fine, dude. Just imagine it's okay. First of all, you could just say, would you rather live in the South or would you rather live in Sweden? Where all
True. 6. Would you rather live under a sky with no stars at night or live under a sky with no clouds during the day?
Let's go with no clouds. You gotta have the stars.
Okay, no clouds during the day. I agree. The stars is everything for me.
Yeah.
I think that's another Southern thing.
Yeah.
Would you rather travel the world for a year, all expenses paid, or have $40,000 to spend on whatever you want?
Oh, definitely travel the world, dude, because it's way more money than that.
I'm gonna rack it up.
Yeah, I was gonna say $40,000 is like a weekend. You're like, nah, I'm okay.
Depends on how many friends I have around. Look, it might just be overnight.
Exactly.
Or what venue
bar tab, couple of bar tabs.
Would you rather have out of control body hair or a strong, pungent body odor?
So the funny thing is I have both of those things already. So
which one would you rather keep?
I don't know, man. It really depends. Okay, so no, I take that back. I'd rather have the body odor because I don't want hair on my shoulders. It's the only thing I can't handle.
Really?
I don't have hair on my shoulders. My whole body, like my whole body is covered in hair.
But not on your shoulders.
No, it's not on my shoulders. It's my back's got a little bit, but not like scary shoulder hair.
When your head hair falls on your shoulders?
No, but I just don't. I think that if
you don't
got
want it growing from there.
Yeah, you don't want it growing from your shoulders.
You'd rather find true love or a suitcase with $5 million inside?
$5 million, 100%.
Period.
$5 million.
Period. If you said love, you're a sucker.
Yeah.
For those of you who are playing with us, fuck you if you said love.
Yeah, exactly. Also, too, hookers, dude, they rule.
Exactly. All right, last one. Would you rather know when you're going to die or know how you're going to die?
Neither one of those awful things that you would want to know.
Neither one. You gotta pick one.
Okay,
you can't change the time or method. It's just information. Which one would you want?
I'd rather know how, and I'd just never do that.
Just avoid walking in front of buses, crosswalks,
everything. I would rather know how than when. I don't want to know when. I want it to take me quickly. That's all I want to know.
For sure. So hopefully it's not death by a tattoo gun.
Or hopefully it's not like they're like, how do you die? You're like in a hospital bed. You're like, fuck.
That's not enough information.
You're like, I don't want that, dude.
I would need way more specific information than that. Yeah. I'm like, what part of my body is being affected?
Well, yeah, but when though? Just imagine counting that day down.
Oh my God. Like, yeah.
No, there's no way, dude.
I feel like there was a movie like that where like the person knew when.
Yeah, it's called Real Big Fish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit, we gotta watch that now.
It's a good movie, actually.
Next time I come to Alabama, we're gonna watch it.
Do it, dude.
Cool. I so appreciate you, Ulysses. I appreciate you making this time, even though you are out. living your best life in Portland. And I'm super excited for when COVID leaves us the fuck alone, so we can go back to conventions and visiting friends.
Oh man, a convention would be so great right now.
Wouldn't it be? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. So we're gonna make it happen. We're claiming that. We're not claiming that it's gonna take us over into 2021. We're tired of it.
I don't care anymore. I think if it does, I'm just gonna leave
and go to another country.
I can't. I've been trying. I was supposed to be in fucking Berlin the whole month of May, and it fucking destroyed me.
All right. Well, y'all heard it from the man himself. You gotta go get your tattoos now, because he might be outie in just a couple of months.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Have a good night. Bye, y'all.
Take care, guys.